Imagine this. You're 17, just snagged the Kopa Trophy in Paris, and on top of that, you're making history at the Bernabéu, doing the calma celebration in front of 81,000 Real Madrid fans. Sounds epic, right? But trust me, his story isn't just about goals and trophies. It's about how a kid went from baby pictures at Camp Nou to becoming one of football's brightest stars. Let's rewind for a second. Nearly 17 years ago, when Lamine was just a baby, his family took him to a charity photo shoot at Camp Nou. And here's the wild part. His mom ended up in a picture with Lionel Messi. Messi himself holding baby Lamine. Messi was just 20 back then, still on the verge of becoming a legend, and according to the photographer, he didn't even know how to hold a baby properly. Now fast forward to today. Lamine Yamal isn't just living up to the hype, he's crushing it. At the Bernabéu, during one of the biggest games in football, the crowd was relentless. Adults, kids, everyone was hurling insults his way. And what did he do? He smiled. That's confidence, and it's one of the things that makes him so special. Yamal's story starts just a few miles from Camp Nou, in the small town of Esplugues de Llobregat. Born in 2007, it didn't take long for people to notice he was different. At just 6, he joined La Masia, and from there he didn't just climb the ranks, he skyrocketed. By 15, he was training with Barcelona's first team. Let that sink in. 15 years old, practicing alongside some of the best players in the world. His debut was like a sneak peek of greatness, but once the 2023-24 season rolled around, he was a regular starter. His numbers back it up too. 7 goals and 10 assists across all competitions, and his dribbling? Unreal. He averages 3 successful take-ons per 90 minutes, putting him in the top 10% in Europe. He's also a beast at progressing the ball, carrying it into the final third 3 times a game. It's no wonder defenders look completely lost trying to stop him. And then there's his impact for Spain. In September 2023, the national team called him up, and Yamal wasted no time making history. He scored on his debut against Georgia, becoming Spain's youngest ever goal scorer. Against Cyprus, he was electric again, helping his team to a 6-0 victory. Spain's coach, Luis de la Fuente, said it best. Do you remember when Messi or Maradona were 16 years old? We shouldn't put limits on players like Yamal. And he's not slowing down. In Euro 2024, he became the youngest player to appear in the tournament and made history as the youngest assist provider after setting up Dani Carvajal's goal against Croatia. 4 matches in, and he already has 2 assists to his name. This kid isn't just playing football, he's rewriting the rule book. On the pitch, Lamine plays like he's been doing this for decades. He's part of this new generation of players at Barcelona that people are calling the Dream Team. And make no mistake, he's the leader of the pack. He's quick, creative, and makes defenders look like they're playing in slow motion. Some people compare him to Messi, but honestly, I see a little bit of Bukayo Saka in him too. He's got that tricky, unpredictable style that keeps you guessing. And the numbers? They're ridiculous. Last season, as a 16-year-old, he managed 5 goals and 5 assists in 37 games. Impressive, right? But this season, he hit the same stats in just 10 games. 10 games. The guy isn't wasting any time. Oh, and the awards keep rolling in. Just a month into the season, he was named the best U23 player in La Liga for August. Then in September, he went even bigger and won Player of the Month for the entire league. At 17, what were the rest of us doing at 17? Definitely not that. Lamine Yamal's playing style is something else. It's like watching a young Messi all over again. The kid can dribble past defenders like they're not even there, but he's not all flash. He knows when to keep it simple and pass the ball around. In his first start against Cadiz, he didn't just show off his skills, he played smart. Quick passes, clever moves, and when he saw a chance, boom, he'd burst past defenders like they were standing still. Against Villarreal, he nailed every dribble he attempted. At just 16, he was topping La Liga's dribbling stats with an insane 85% success rate. That's not normal for a teenager. And his left foot? It's unreal. Whether he's whipping in crosses, setting up goals, or slicing through defenses with perfect passes, he's always making something happen. You just can't take your eyes off him when he's on the ball. The best part? He's got the attitude to match his talent. Confident, fearless, but not cocky. Coaches are already planning to make him a regular starter, but they've got to handle him carefully. He's still young, and overplaying him could backfire. Lamine is the real deal, quick, creative, and already making grown defenders look silly. At this rate, he's not just going to be a big name in the future, he's already becoming one now. And let's talk about something that's been hanging over Barcelona for years, the next Messi curse. It's real, and it's wrecked a few careers. Remember Bojan Krkić? He was supposed to be the next big thing, breaking records as the youngest to play in La Liga and the Champions League. But the pressure got to him, and he never lived up to the hype. Anxiety from early fame played a big role in his struggles. Then there was Giovanni dos Santos, who looked like a superstar in the making, but couldn't keep up that early momentum. And let's not forget Munir El Haddadi. He had a dream debut, got a Golden Boy nomination, and still ended up bouncing around on loans before settling at Las Palmas. Even Ansu Fati, who exploded onto the scene like Yamal, has faced setbacks with injuries and form. The point is, we've seen this story before. Immense talent, sky-high expectations, and a lot of pressure. It's a tough combo for any young player. But here's why Yamal feels different. It's not just his talent, it's his maturity. At just 17, he handles the game and the spotlight like a seasoned pro. Sure, the comparisons to Messi are tempting, but Yamal isn't just following someone else's path, he's carving his own. And honestly, football hasn't seen a talent like this in a long time. If you're into basketball, think of him like Victor Wembanyama. Everyone knows the potential is off the charts, but there's still that big question: how far can he go? Now, let's talk about the Ballon d'Or. Yamal didn't just show up this year, he finished 8th. 8th! That's ahead of players like Toni Kroos and Harry Kane. For a 17-year-old in his first Ballon d'Or race, that's insane. And with 3 more additions before he reaches the age when Brazil's Ronaldo won it as the youngest ever, Yamal might just rewrite history again. Even Rodri, who won the Ballon d'Or this year, gave Yamal a shout-out, saying the trophy could be his one day if he keeps growing. That's not just hype, it's a sign that the football world sees something special in him. The expectations are massive, but Yamal has already proven he's got what it takes to handle the pressure. If he keeps his focus and avoids the pitfalls of being labeled the next big thing, there's no limit to what this kid can achieve. We're witnessing the start of something extraordinary. Lamine likes to describe himself as mischievous, and honestly, that fits perfectly. On the field, he's fearless. He'll take on anyone, embarrass them with a cheeky dribble, and then either score or set up a goal like it's nothing. But off the field, he's still just a kid who's figuring it all out, and that's part of what makes him so relatable. This is just the beginning for Lamine Yamal. At 17, he's already showing us glimpses of greatness, and it feels like he's only scratching the surface of what he can do. If you're not paying attention to this kid yet, you should be, because the way he's going, he's not just going to be Barcelona's future, he's going to be football's future. Keep watching, because the Lamine Yamal show is just getting started. Alright, let me tell you something crazy. Cristiano Ronaldo, the man who's seen and done it all in football, just called Lamine Yamal the best player of this new generation. I mean, that's not just any compliment. Coming from Ronaldo, a guy who knows talent like the back of his hand, this is a big, big deal. Ronaldo said it himself in a chat with Rio Ferdinand, praising Yamal's massive potential. He sees the spark, the talent, the it factor in this kid. And let's be real, if Ronaldo's hyped about you, the whole world is taking notice. But he also kept it real. He's curious to see how Yamal handles the spotlight as his journey unfolds. And it's not just Ronaldo. Xavi, Yamal's coach at Barcelona, has straight up said that Yamal could define an era for the club. Former legends like David Villa and Dani Carvajal are equally impressed, with Carvajal even admitting how tough it is to defend against him. In a rocky season for Barcelona, this 17-year-old kid was often the only bright spot, giving fans a reason to tune in. What do you guys think? Does Yamal have what it takes to break the record for the youngest Ballon d'Or winner? Let me know in the comments because I want to hear what you think. And hey, if you had a good time watching this, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and turn on notifications so you're always in the loop for more awesome football stories.